Everyone keeps asking what jobs will AI take, but I think that question is already too small. Because the real danger is not just that AI takes your job, it is that AI breaks the plan you were told would protect you. School, college, a stable career, a backup plan, even the so-called safe jobs. All of it depends on one assumption, that the job map will still be there when you need it. But what happens if it isn't? That is the part nobody wants to sit with. Because for most of our lives, the path sounded simple. Go to school, pick something stable, get trained, find work, build a life. That was the map. And even if the map was never perfect, people still believed it pointed somewhere. But now the map is starting to tear. College doesn't feel like a promise anymore. Office work does not feel protected anymore. And the safe jobs only stay safe until everyone starts running towards them. Because if AI pushes people out of the part of the economy, they don't just disappear. They have to go somewhere. And when too many people are forced towards the same escape route, it stops being an escape route. The competition changes, the wages change, the power changes. So maybe the real question isn't, will the job survive? Maybe the real question is, what happens when the map we're given stops working? Because that is where this gets uncomfortable. The easy answer is just do something AI can't do. Learn a trade, fix machines, work with your hands. And honestly, that advice is not wrong. The real world is harder to automate than a screen. A broken pipe still has to be repaired. A machine still has to be touched. A patient still has to be cared for. So yes, physical work may be safer than a lot of the office work, but safer doesn't mean unlimited. That is the trap. Because if millions of people get pushed out of digital work and everyone tells them to run towards the same physical jobs, then those jobs change too. The entry-level jobs fill up. Employers get more choices. And when employers have more choices, workers have less leverage. That is the part people skip. They talk like the economy has a giant open door waiting on the other side. But it doesn't. There are only so many openings, only so many training spots, only so many people who can physically do the work, and only so many companies willing to pay well when hundreds of people are applying for the same position. So the problem is not just, can AI replace this job? The problem is, what happens when everyone runs toward the same jobs AI has not replaced yet? Because even the safe path can become crowded. And once it gets crowded, it stops feeling safe. The word that keeps fooling people is yet. AI cannot do that yet. AI cannot replace them yet. AI still needs humans. And sometimes that is true. But yet is not comfort. It is a warning. Because this technology does not have to become perfect overnight. It only has to keep getting useful. Useful enough to cut that one position. Useful enough to stop hiring another. Useful enough to make the one worker do the work of two. That is how the map quietly breaks. Not with every job disappearing at once, but with fewer openings, smaller teams, lower leverage, and a job market that keeps asking humans to compete against the next version of the machine. So when people say AI cannot do my whole job, that might be true, but it might also be the wrong standard, because your whole job does not have to vanish for your career path to become weaker. It only has to shrink. And once enough paths shrink at the same time, the map does not look safe anymore. And this is where school starts to feel different. Because for a long time, education was sold as protection. Get the degree, get the job, get the stability. That was the promise. Maybe it was never as clean as people made it sound, but the promise was still there. Now, it feels weaker. Because what happens when the degree that takes 4 years, but the job market changes in 2? What happens when a student trains for a role and AI changes the role before they even get there? What happens when the debt is real, but the guarantee is not? That does not mean learning is useless. It means the old promise is weaker. And there is a difference. People still need discipline. They still need judgment. They still need real skills. But school cannot be a waiting room for the old economy anymore. College cannot just be the ticket people buy because they were told the ticket always works. Because if the map is breaking, then the most dangerous thing you could do is spend several years following directions that no longer point to where they used to. That is not education. That is a momentum. And momentum only feels safe until you realize nobody checks the road. And this gets heavier once you have a kid. Because now this is not just about your job. It's about their future. And that hits different. Because every parent wants to believe there is still a path they can point to. Something solid. Something safe. Something they can say with confidence. Do this, learn that, go there, and you'll be okay. But what if you are not sure anymore? What if the advice that used to sound responsible now feels outdated before your child is even old enough to use it? What if you tell them to chase stability, but stability keeps moving? That is the hard thing to admit. Because parents are supposed to prepare their kids. They're supposed to see farther. They're supposed to know what direction to point. But this time, the road is changing while they're still growing. And that creates a fear people do not like saying out loud. What if I prepare my child for the wrong world? Not because I failed them, not because I didn't care, but because the world changed faster than advice could. So maybe the goal cannot be to hand them one perfect path. Maybe the goal is to raise someone who does not fall apart when the path changes. Someone who can learn when the rules move, think when everyone panics, and keep becoming useful when the old plan stops working. Because the future may not reward the kid who picked the perfect job. It may reward the person who can rebuild the plan when the old one stops working. So maybe the old question is breaking. Maybe what job should I choose is no longer enough. Because a job title can change, a credential can lose power, and a safe path can get crowded. So the new question may be different. Not what job is safe, but what makes a person hard to replace. And that is where the answer is harder. Because in a world like this, being hard to replace cannot depend on one thing. Not one degree, not one trade, not one skill, not one tool. It has to be deeper than that. It has to be the ability to stay useful when the surface keeps changing. Because AI can produce answers, but answers are not the same as judgment. AI can generate options, but the options are not the same as responsibility. AI can move fast, but speed is not the same as wisdom. Someone still has to know what matters. Someone still has to deal with the real people. Someone still has to carry the weight of the answer is wrong. That may become the new standard. Not the person who memorized the old map. The person who can think when the map stops making sense. Because the future may not belong to the person with one perfect path. It may belong to the person who can keep becoming useful when the path moves. This is why the AI conversation feels bigger than just technology. Because underneath it, the old agreement is starting to break. For a long time, people were told to follow the right path, and the path will protect you. Maybe that was never fully true, but it was believable enough to build a life around. Now, it's harder to believe, because the road can change after you choose it. The skill can lose value after you learn it. The job could shrink after you finally reach it. And when that happens, the old advice starts to sound thinner, because it assumes the world will hold still long enough for a plan to work. But that assumption is starting to fail. That is the real shift. Not just that AI can do more, not just that jobs may change, but that people are being asked to build a life in a system that keeps updating underneath them. That is different. Because a moving world does not only test your resume, it tests your ability to keep reorienting, to notice when the road is changing, to stop confusing motion with progress, to stop confusing security with familiarity. Because sometimes the thing that feels safe is only safe because it used to be. And if the map keeps moving, then the most dangerous person to become is someone who needs the old map to stay true. So no, this is not just about AI taking jobs. That is only the first layer. The deeper problem is that the map itself is starting to fail. The one people were told to trust, the one schools still teach, the one parents still reach for, the one workers build their lives around. And maybe that is why this feels so unsettling. Because losing a job is hard, but losing the belief that there's a clear path, that is something deeper. That changes how people plan, how they study, how they raise their kids, how they imagine the future. And no one wants to admit that out loud. Because if the map is breaking, then the old answers are not enough. Get the degree, pick something stable, find the safe industry, work your way up. Those answers may still help, but they cannot carry the whole weight anymore. Not by themselves, because the road can change after you choose it. The skill can lose value after you learn it. And the safe path can get filled up before you even get there. So maybe the future does not belong to the person who followed the old map perfectly. Maybe it belongs to the person who can keep their thinking after the map fails. The person who does not freeze when the answer changes. The person who can rebuild before the world gives them permission. Because the question is no longer just what job will survive. The question is what kind of person can survive a world where the job map keeps moving. My name is Eric Mize, and that was this week's Reality Check.